welcome back to another edition of Chatting with Chip with Barton College football head coach Chip Hester. I'm Wilson Times sports editor Paul Durham. And Coach, we got a lot to chat about this week. What a game your team played Saturday, a big 45-7 win at Limestone. We've talked about how your program has steadily improved since y'all first took the field last March. Every game almost, but I got to say, Coach, you set the bar pretty high for yourselves this time. Where do you go from here? Hopefully keep going up, but just going to get your thoughts on that overall performance Saturday.
It was a really good team win. I mean, I thought all three phases played really well, and really was a dominating performance. And coming off a loss last week and didn't play as well as we probably wanted to, I thought our guys would respond well, but I'll be honest, I didn't know they'd respond that well. We had a lot of things going right, and the thing that I'm probably most proud of is the guys kept playing. And even in the second half, coming out for the second half, with an immature football team, a lot of times you might have a real let up and let them back in the game or give them some breathing room. But I thought our guys played extremely hard throughout the game, and that's a good sign that the culture is building in the right direction. Absolutely.
It's like you said, you came out at the beginning of the second half, and I think y'all were up at that point 31-0. Game in hand, obviously, but you want to leave on a high note. You don't want to lose the second half. Absolutely. And it just went straight to Jordan Terrell on 55 yards, and pretty much that was it.
Right.
As if it weren't already, let's talk a little bit about Jordan. And I just wrote a column today about how you guys are bona fide. You have some bona fide players. Obviously, you've got the number one rusher in NCAA Division II. Your offense is number 5 in rushing in NCAA Division II. A lot of it comes from Jordan. A lot of it comes from the development offensive line. I know you got to be happy because you've been singing Jordan's praises since day one, and what you said is right. He's the man.
He is. He's strong. He's steady, and I think you kind of touched on it there. He's got an offensive line that's getting after it. They are a group of big guys. They play extremely hard. They play well together. And then the guy that gets lost in the conversation a little bit is Jack White, our fullback. And he's played extremely well right along with those guys. And then our tight end position. We've Xavier McCrary has played a lot of tight end. And so that group really did a nice job. And then it's a team game because the quarterback's got to get us, make sure we're in the right play. And then those wideouts, and I thought we had some wideouts doing a great job blocking downfield, and that's a lot of times what springs those long runs. So we had it going rushing wise on Saturday, and the challenge is now everyone knows what we're doing, and now can you continue to execute? Can you continue to be physical and do it when guys know what you're going to do?
Well, you brought that point up, Coach, and I think the big key was right into my next point about Saturday. I think the really big key before Jordan started going crazy and breaking off those long runs was Jaquan Lynch. We talked about last week, you having expectations of his windows of passing because, frankly, sometimes he's not accurate from 30 yards deep. Set the tone Saturday, 43 yards to Cam Johnson, and boom, it was on. He was hit all 6 of his first 6 throws completed. That opens up a lot for your run game, right?
Absolutely. Once again, Jaquan is such a high character guy, and he wasn't pleased with how he played last week, and I don't think that I did a good job giving him the right plays, but I thought he responded so well, and you're exactly right, Paul. When you have a quarterback that's going to make people pay for bringing safeties up a little bit, and that opens up the run game. So now one feeds off another, and if we can get both of those going, we've got a chance to be really hard to defend.
Absolutely. And speaking of defense, on your side, your team is playing like a defense that really knows what it's doing. It's amazing to see the confidence level in these guys out there on the field. Spoke with Kendarius the other day, and he said, when everything first started, everybody looked at each other like we're just a bunch of freshmen out here on a practice field and never played college football.
Right.
And now they know they belong and they're playing like it.
Yeah, I think so. I think Coach Burnett is really a talented and a bright young star in the coaching ranks. So he does a great job, and it's X's and O's. So he's a extremely intelligent X and O coach, but he's brought those guys together. And Coach Morris and Coach Brown, our defensive guys, they've got a feel, and good defenses. There's something about them. You look at the '85 Bears, and you look at the the Steel Curtain. They've got some kind of a little swagger and a little a camaraderie that's just a little something extra, and our guys are starting to develop that, and so that's a credit to our defensive staff and Coach Burnett's leadership. They're doing a great job. We've got some talented guys. We've got some guys that can run, and I think the exciting thing for us is that we can still get better, and that's, I think, offensively and defensively. There's still some things that we can do, and I think our guys recognize that, and so they're in a good headspace right now of buying into that. Let's get better every day. Let's not worry about the big picture. Let's not worry about the scoreboard as much, but let's just try to get better. And I think that can kind of build, and you can develop something really, really special.
Let's talk about what's going to be a good space on Saturday, Truist Stadium. Looking very forward to this game because it's fall weather. You guys are 2-2. Everybody seems like they know what's going on now. I think it's just going to be a great day. I know you guys are looking forward to it. You don't have to get up and go on a bus ride Saturday morning or Friday night.
Absolutely.
Just your thoughts on coming home after a 2-1 road trip.
Yeah, we're excited to be back home for sure. It's the forecast right now is for I think high 70s on Saturday. I don't think you can get any more perfect. I hope we have a great crowd, and our guys can really kind of feed off that energy, and I hope our guys have got some confidence. But I think the kind of our thought for this week as we go against this team is I've told the guys, don't take the cheese. And what do I mean by that? When you set a mousetrap, you put a nice big old piece of cheese, and sometimes what looks good and all this, if you kind of get out of where you need to be and you start focusing on how good you're playing or this or that or the other, that trap comes down and snaps on you. And so we don't want to take the cheese. We want to just keep doing what we're doing and trying to get better at every play and win some plays at a time. And we've made progress, but we're not where we need to be. And I think that's the thing that we're trying to focus our guys on. Coming in against a team, Carson-Newman, that struggled a little bit, but this is a proud program that's got history, and they've played some tough teams and had some tough luck early. And so I think what we need to do is concentrate on us and worry about trying to get better this week.
Absolutely. Carson-Newman, you would know, you're an old SAC guy. Tough program coming to Wilson for the first time. Should be a lot of fun. You guys are playing a lot of teams for the first time, I think, this year, because the last time Atlantic Christian College played football, a lot of these schools probably weren't playing football.
Right.
And those teams that ACC played then are now Division I,
right.
A lot of them. So going to be a lot of fun. Come back with us next week for another edition of Chatting with Chip when we talk to Coach Hester after the Carson-Newman game.